Ilia Topuria moving up to lightweight is going to cause a lot more of a domino effect than a lot of people think, okay? This dude is literally Alex Pereira, Max Holloway. Okay, he knocked him out once. He's like, "Fuck you! I'm going to fucking knock you out again." But this dude has literally changed the landscape of MMA over fucking night. Okay, literally over fucking night. Okay, the big thing I kind of want to say is Topuria moving up. Is that going to affect the credibility of featherweight? And like, let's be honest with you, featherweight's kind of dead now. Okay, featherweight is dead. Anyone, especially like I said in my video before, especially if Volkanovski wins against Diego Lopez, that will literally just deaden featherweight. Okay, no one's gonna be like looking at Volk as the real champion. As much as shit as that is, okay, as fucking shit as that is, no one's gonna look at Volk as champion. Especially, it's one thing if like Ilia retired. Let's say it was like at the end, like when George St. Pierre beat Bisping for the belt. And then I think it was Robert Whittaker and Yoel Romero fought for the vacant belt, or they fought for like an interim belt, and then Whittaker was just given the belt, something like that. People looked at Whittaker like the champion, like GSP just fucked off and things like that. But this is different because Ilya is actually still fighting. Okay, he's still in the sport. Okay, people are kind of saying like the Makachev fight's the only fight to make now. We know where this is going. Like it's going to be big. It's going to be massive. Ilya's not fighting Makachev straight away. He's just not. Okay, because Dana White would have said Ilia Topuria he's going to be fighting Islam Makachev. Okay, he would have announced that straight away. Like breaking news like that on top of the shitstorm that was the MMA world last night with the matchups that were being made. And Corey Sandhagen, Davison Figueiredo, Marlon Moraes versus Gilbert Burns. Benoit St. Denis is back, I think. How greedy! How greedy of the UFC to do this. How they know what they've done, bro. They know what they've done. But it is actually insane. The landscape, literally MMA changed overnight. And I made that video about Ilia, not Makachev shouldn't fight Ilia. I still stand by it. I still stand by it. Like, I feel like, let's say they book Charles Oliveira or like Dustin Poirier versus Ilia Topuria. That seems like a fight people want to see. Seems like a fight Poirier would take. Things like that. Let's say he goes in there and fucking starches Dustin Poirier. That just builds more hype on top of the Makachev fight because people could be like, shit, DP's a dog and Ilia did that to him. And Makachev had a close fight with Dustin Poirier. You know, that was 2-2 going into the fifth, I think, on 2 judges' scorecards. That's going to be, like, if you're picking anyone in Islam versus Ilia as of now, you're more likely going to pick Makachev as of right now. But if he goes out there and beats an Oliveira, an Arman, a Poirier in bad fashion as well, let's say they leave him badly on the ground, you're going to think, oh, fuck, okay, I might pick Ilia in this fight. It's just going to build the hype up even more. They should not book it straight away. He needs to get kind of used to that frame and the size, okay? Ilia's not the biggest 145er, like at all. Like him and Volkanovski were fairly kind of similar, okay? And he needs to get used to that frame, things like that. I also think this kind of sets up, as much as I hate to say this, Merab for being a double champ. That literally sets it up, okay? Because the thing was, Merab's not going to move up and fight Ilia. And I've said, like, you need a few title defenses. I think Merab's case is a bit different, seeing as he ran through the whole division before getting the belt. Cejudo, Jan, Aldo, people like that. Then he beat O'Malley and Umar. It's different when you do it like that. But with Ilia, he beat Volkanovski and he beat Holloway, Bryce Mitchell and Josh Emmett. There's no Yair Rodriguez. There's no Brian Ortega. There's no Arnold Allen, Mosvar, Aljo, anyone like that to really say like, oh, he beat these guys before and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like he, as impressive and incredible a Volkanovski versus Anna Holloway win is, it wasn't enough to bring me to say, okay, he deserves to go up. It just fucking wasn't, bro. And like a lot of people are getting salty at me saying that, and oh, yeah, he's a dog, he deserves to go up. No, he doesn't. Okay, now that he's actually in the division, he does not deserve to fight Islam Makhachev. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Okay? As big as this fight is, if you're that confident that Ilia can beat Islam, let him go in there with a Dustin Poirier. Should be no problem, right? Fucking idiots. DP is probably it's a good fight that a lot of people are talking about, and Poirier probably would take that fight. I don't know, it's 50-50 because he said it's legends only. So if he does end up taking Ilia, let's say he beats Ilia, because he actually could beat Ilia. Like, that is a fucking scrap. DP's chin is actually so underrated. Poirier's chin is mad underrated. People think he just gets chinned every fight. It ain't like that, bro. Let's say he goes in there and beats Ilia and then just leaves. That's Ilia just, like, the hype is completely gone. Okay? People are going to be, hey, he needs to go back down to the little guys. He's not that big of a featherweight. Never mind a lightweight. Okay? I don't think Ilia is going to do incredible things like he did at featherweight at Holloway and Holloway and Volkanovski in lightweight, bro. I just don't see it yet. I need to see Ilia versus a Poirier or an Arman or a Charles. Charles would be like a madness. Charles fights a little bit different. Like, I think Ilia would actually probably beat Charles, because I think Charles gets hit so much to where Ilia probably would find his chin at some stage. But Poirier is a really good fight. That's a really hard fight to call. That's 50-50. Arman probably go in there and wrestle. I think Ilia could beat Arman. Arman's striking, I really don't rate. Everyone goes on about that fucking axe kick he threw against Charles that missed. Okay, did no damage. Everyone keeps fucking showing that and saying, look at this dude's athleticism. Bro, it's actually ridiculous. The glazing on Arman Tsarukyan for this guy pulling out a day before the fight. That day. Okay, and split decision against Charles. I don't know. Ilia versus Arman is the fight I want to see. Ilia versus any of those top dogs is going to be a big fight. Okay? It's going to be a big fight. But the landscape, like I was saying, leaves Merab moving up, but it just kills featherweight. Do you know what I mean? It just absolutely kills featherweight. Because let's say Ilia actually goes in there, beats these top lightweights, and gets a belt. That fucks featherweight up even more. Even more. Okay? Because literally nobody is going to look at Volkanovski as the champ. You're literally just going to be in Ilia's shadow. You had your time. You know, you were the pound for pound number one for so many years. But if you do win, like, you're just in Ilia's shadow. Let's be real here. Diego Lopez winning is better for the sport. More credible. Okay, not to discredit Volkanovski if he does win the belt, because obviously if he beats Diego Lopez, he's the champion. But you're not really the champion. You didn't beat... I honestly think it could be similar to John Jones. John Jones is not the champion. Okay, and I'm not saying Volkanovski's ducking everyone, but he beat Cyril Gane to get the belt. Really one-dimensional fighter, perfect for John Jones' style, and easily would take it on 6 weeks' notice. Francis Ngannou had the belt for how long? He wasn't fighting him on 6 weeks' notice. Not to say Volkanovski's scared or wouldn't fight Ilia. Like, he fought fucking Makhachev in a week's notice. Okay? But John Jones has never been looked at as the champion. You didn't beat the champion. Okay? Tom Aspinall is a little bit of a different case because he's running through these contenders. Okay? But, like, people are still like, if Tom and John don't fight, people are going to be like, oh, you know, Tom, he didn't really fight John Jones, like the champion and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just that kind of fucking bullshit narrative, these John Jones fans. If there's any left, okay, we'll push. Ilia fans are going to do the same thing. Oh, fuck yeah, he's fake champ, bro. It's just shit for featherweight, Ilia moving up that quickly. You know what I mean? You had Mosvar, you had Lopez and things like that. That would have been fucking insane to see Diego Lopez versus Ilia Topuria. Who wouldn't want to see that first round? It's a mad, man. But, like, the landscape with Ilia moving up just completely changes everything. You know, there's possibility of Merab moving up now. The Islam fight. And now, like, you look at it, there's a few matchups that could actually be made, like I said. Like, you could do Ilia versus Arman, Ilia versus any of the top dogs. Okay? I don't really, Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan, people are talking about. I don't want to see that fight. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that fight. But the way the division is, there's like these top contenders. We had Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira a few months ago, which no one asked for, no one cares about. I understand it because Chandler sat out and got fucked over by McGregor just fucking leaving. You know what I mean? So it did kind of make sense in that way of like, you sat out, I'm just going to give you a nice fight. Ended up losing. Now he's fighting Paddy Pimblett, which is a fucking great fight. I like that fight. Why not? But Ilia moving up, there's so many contenders that he can fight. See, this, like I said, like if you're an Ilia Topuria fan, you're like, he should fight Makhachev straight away. I don't really get that. Like, if you think he could beat Makhachev, then like an Arman or a Charles or a Poirier should be no problem. Why don't we just see that first in summer and then let him fight Makhachev in Abu Dhabi in October? That's the fucking problem with unactive champions as well. Okay, Makhachev fought in January. He probably won't be back in the cage till October, and people are like, You know what I mean? Just unactive champions I fucking hate. But Ilia Topuria moving up creates such a landscape in MMA. Okay, now we have Bilal and JDM as well. Let's say JDM wins that. Islam's going to go up. And he deserves to go up. I don't get this thing of Makachev having to fight all these, not being allowed to go up. Do you know what I mean? People are pulling out against Makachev. That's what people are forgetting. Makachev's not pulling out against them. That's all I'm going to say. But the landscape of MMA literally changed overnight with fucking Ilia moving up. So many matchups can be made. So many possibilities. He also just killed the division. You know what I mean? That has to be said. Like, he literally just killed featherweight. No one cares about featherweight anymore. Hopefully, you know, it's kind of 50-50 with Volk and Lopez who I want to win. Like, if Volk wins, I'll be happy. If Lopez wins, I'll be like, okay, we have more of a, not definitive champion, but like more respected champion in the people's eyes. Still, the shadow of Ilia Topuria, it's going to take years for that to wash away. It's probably going to take Ilia losing for that to really go away in like a similar stylistic matchup to Lopez. Like if Oliveira beat Ilia, let's say, people can be like Lopez and Oliveira similar. He would have caused problems and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Diego Lopez will be looked at as a champion, but I don't know, man. The landscape, like I said, with Marab moving up as well, it's fucking class. Fucking class. I just want to see Ilia fight more. That's all I want to see. I don't want this big media tour of, oh, I might fight him or I might fight him. Fucking book a fight. Okay? Stop fucking talking about it. That's the one thing I hate about champions. Ilia is about it though. Okay? Like he will literally fight anyone. He doesn't give a fuck. He's an absolute G. I love Ilia Topuria. He's so good for the sport. Now that you're at lightweight, there's no excuse not to be fighting every few months. No excuse. Okay, you're not a big lightweight. You weren't a big featherweight to begin with. I want to see Ilia fighting every 4 months. Okay? Because the dude doesn't get hit. Like, the last time he was in a proper barn burner war, Holloway definitely had moments. Josh Emmett, you know, had, like, a little bit of success. Like, he doesn't really get hit, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no real reason for him not to be fighting every 4 or 5 months. And if people are like, 4 months, bro, what are you talking about? Go back to the Adesanya and Usman and Volk era. Every 4 months, these men were fighting. Every 4 months. If you know, you know. Okay? If you're saying 4 months isn't a long time, you're full of shit. That's all you are. You're absolutely full of shit. These guys should be fighting every 4 months as champions. We need to keep divisions moving here. You know what I mean? I'm fucking sick of it stalling, but that's what I kind of want to talk about with the Ilia thing because it's such hot news right now. But let me know what you all think about this down below. Thanks for watching.